Thank you, Travis. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Regional News. Tonight we begin in Trinidad and Tobago. Opposition Member of Parliament Rodney Charles is warning that the country could see more than 600 murders in 2022 if there continues to be at least 2 to 3 murders daily. In a statement issued on Friday morning, the Member of Parliament, who is the Shadow Minister of National Security on the opposition benches, challenged Minister of National Security Fitzgerald Hines to do his utmost to ensure at least a 10% drop in murders this year. He noted that already the country has recorded 43 murders for January, almost twice the 24 murders last year. November last was the bloodiest November in the country's history. October last, under Hines' watch, recorded the most murders ever for any October. Charles added that at close to 2 to 3 murders daily in the country, if the murder rate remains unchecked, the Twin Island Republic is on target to record over 600 murders for the year. The opposition MP's warnings come in the wake of the double murder in South Park Mall in San Fernando in broad daylight, which the police service says was a well-planned execution. On Wednesday this week, 3 additional murders were recorded: a security officer and 2 persons from East Port of Spain. We now turn our attention to Haiti. A Cuban doctor kidnapped in Haiti by a gang in the Martesant neighborhood outside of Port-au-Prince has been released after an additional $10,000 was paid in ransom. Damara Helen Perez was abducted on January 13th while riding a public bus headed to Port-au-Prince. Despite receiving an initial $10,000 in ransom payment, the gang refused to release her. She was finally released on Sunday, a friend and fellow physician told the Miami Herald, after another payment was made. In total, securing Perez's freedom cost $20,000, which is more than any Cuban doctor sees while working outside of the island as part of the government's healthcare program. Cuban authorities said the doctor was no longer a member of its medical mission and decided to stay in Haiti after her contract through the Cuban government ended. The Cuban embassy in Haiti also confirmed her release and said the doctor was in good health and had been in contact with her family in Cuba. Perez's friend said she told him that she was kept in a room with 4 other hostages and that she was well treated. Now for a final story coming out of Puerto Rico. U.S. Coast Guard air crews and emergency personnel on Friday were searching for possible migrants in the water after a makeshift boat capsized about 75 yards off Shacks Beach in Isabela, Puerto Rico. The Coast Guard said it received a 911 call at 12:58 a.m. Friday of people running toward land and others in water after a vessel overturned. The Coast Guard said the boat was smuggling people to the island as part of an illegal voyage. A Jayhawk helicopter was launched from the air station to search for any additional survivors. For months, Puerto Rico, like South Florida, has been seeing an uptick in illegal migration as desperate migrants from Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic attempt to reach the United States. The surge has made U.S. border officials increasingly worried about the tragedies at sea. This is the second time in days that Coast Guard crews have searched for missing migrants. On Thursday night, the agency suspended its search for dozens of migrants after their boat capsized about 40 miles off Fort Pierce Inlet shortly after it left the Bahamas en route to Florida. 5 bodies have been recovered since Wednesday and 1 survivor was rescued. There are 40 migrants on that boat when it capsized. That's all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for watching. Good night.